Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vote and create wealth from within. Hello, everybody. What's up? What's up, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing on tonight? It is Friday, right? It is Friday. We made it another week. And I want to know what you guys are doing on your Friday. What are you guys doing? What do you have prepared for the weekend? Let me know where you are joining from, okay? And while I am getting ready for your comments and to let me know where you're joining from, what you got plans to do this weekend, I'm going to be sharing this, making sure it goes to a couple of more destinations. And while I'm doing that, I'm asking you to do the same. Tonight, we are in for an absolute treat. And I got some good information that I'm going to be giving out. And I also want to get some good feedback from you guys, okay? And at any time, I'm going to do this on tonight. If anybody decides that they want to be a guest on the show, this is from poverty to prosperity, okay? So if you guys decide, hey, I want to be a guest on the show tonight, I want to get on there, I want to talk, about some things, I want to share some things, then let me know in the chat, okay? And I will send you an invite and I'll bring you on as a guest. While I am doing that, y'all know how we do it over here. I'm going to go ahead and create the atmosphere that I want. Also, if you are standing in the need of prayer of any kind, shape, or form, put that in the chat. I always will be keeping you uplifted, want to keep you encouraged, want to keep you motivated, So if you are, facing situations or circumstances, want to check in, make sure your mental is strong and healthy. And if you need prayer, don't hesitate to ask for it, okay? Put it in the comments. Hold on.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints, money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague, we all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name, all our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be, living in a time where disease is on every screen, I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering, negativity is a plague for the mentally weak, no mercy, all I got is working, never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it, I just wanna be iconic, sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it, you know that I'm always honest, stay away from those who are toxic, keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy, the enemy is everything, it's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease, but I won't let it get to me, I don't need your therapy, I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity, come on, we can fight this, freedom is priceless, spread just like a virus, living
opening doors for you. God is opening doors for you. God is opening doors for you. Hey, Sister Naomi. Hey, hey, hey. We got to get the atmosphere set. God's getting ready to open some doors for us. Hey, some doors that already been opened. I got one more jam. Hey. All right, one more. Not that. That's not the song. That's the commercial. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hey, you got it. You got it. We got it. We got it. Hey. You've been my provider. Hey. And you're my right. You've been with me through the fire. Hey. Giving up not likely. Giving up not likely. No, the devil can't stop me. I love this song, y'all. I'm still gangster. I'm gospel gangster, okay? You been away? I don't know why. You keep on blessing me. Hey. What's up, baby? All right, y'all. Y'all ready to rock and roll? It's Friday. If we should go out and get turned up, you know, in the clubs with our drinks, we can get turned up over here, eh? Hey, hey. I give you glory. I give you glory, yeah. I give you glory. I give you glory, yeah. I give you glory. I give you glory. It's already mine. Hey, hey. If you vibe and just go ahead and put some hearts or something on the screen. Hey. Hey. Hey, I see you, Sister Naomi, vibing with me. Yeah. I give you glory. I give you glory. Yeah. I give you glory. I give you glory. It's already mine. Hey. It's already mine. Hey. Hey. Already mine. It's already mine. Yeah. And can't nobody do me like you. Hey. already yours. Eh. All right, y'all. I just had to set the atmosphere. You feel me? I just had to set the atmosphere. I'm super duper excited. Why am I excited? Because I woke up today. Okay. That's the most underrated blessing that people is taking for granted out here. And I'm not. I woke up today. Thank you that I woke up today. Thank you that I am clothed in my right mind. Thank you that I made it through the day. Not only did I wake up, but I made it through the day. Thank you for keeping me. Thank you for protecting me. Thank you for providing for me. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to sit here amongst you all and share some good information. Okay. So I titled this Business Blueprints and Billions. Why? Because it's just time. It doesn't matter on all sides of the spectrum. The world knows that it's time for them to do something different. And I sure hope the kingdom knows that it's time for them to do something different. Just take a moment, just one moment. I know life is happening for all of us, and we got the hustle and bustle, we got the family, we got to get the grind down, we got to do what we got to do. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Let me say that slowly. We're in the middle of a pandemic, and stuff is happening. But I want you to take a moment, just a moment, sit back and pay attention to what's going on around you, because we can get caught up in the hustle and the bustle. It's easy to do that and lose insight on what's going on around us, what's happening right, under our noses, what's being implemented, because those are the things that are going to hinder and affect us if we don't wake up and get up, stand up, you know, um, and build and do what it is that we need to do so that we don't fall victim to what is being planned. Okay. And that's what I want to talk about on tonight. Let me tell y'all something right now. I'm telling y'all, from celebrities to the world, to beat producers such as Dr. Dre, to everybody, literally, is seeing that this is a new era. There's no going back to the old. The old is old, and this is a new era, and we got to take advantage of the opportunity of this new era. Before everything is set in place, you see a lot of people, and I've been mentioning it since last year. I'm gonna say it again: Taraji P. Henson, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg. You got dancers, everybody is taking advantage of this whole virtual. Now you can learn virtually. Now you can grow plants virtually. Now you can have, networking groups virtually. Now you can have private groups, private sessions, political parties, whatever. You can do everything virtually, literally. And that does not take away the fact that you can still meet in person in some states. It's just, pertaining to your state requirements, laws, governance, whatever. But here in Texas, I'm in Texas, you can still meet personal. Nevertheless, everything is being shifted virtually, even with stuff being relaxed and mandates and things of that sort being revised. People are still doing this virtual thing, and my job is to make sure that I educate, not only educate, but that I offer you an advantage, an opportunity to get a piece of it while it's basement level, while it is basement level. Anything that you're going to get involved in, you always want to get involved in it on a basement level. And that's what I've learned. I don't want to get into something that has already been built, because it's already set in stone, and you just got to follow the system. But when you get in, like, from the ground, from the basement, then you have room to grow up, right? Instead of getting into something that's already grown up, and then you get in it and you got to follow that system. So anything basement level, new beginning levels, I don't care how small it is. I bet you people right now today would have wished they took the opportunity to get in on Nestle bottled water. when it was just ground floor, when it was just basement level. I'm sure, I'm absolutely positive people regret they would have gotten in on Facebook when it was just ground, when he was just asking, 10 people for a certain amount of investment to grow this thing up. And then they would be eating for life, for dear life. I'm sure the cell phones, people, when the cell phones, when people said, you need a cell phone, when regular house phones was popping in style. I don't need a cell phone. I got a working phone. But they missed the opportunity. They missed a meal ticket, like a long-term meal ticket, because they didn't take advantage of bottom level. And then once they take off, most companies, whatever the case may be, empires, once they take off, then your only option is to be able to get into the system that is already created. It's really not no growing up with the system. Okay. So this whole virtual thing is ground floor. It's 2 years in it, and it's still basement level. And this is the perfect time for you to take the opportunity to do whatever it is that you have experience doing. You have a skill to do. It's your passion to do. It's your purpose to do. Then you should be getting a piece of the billions as well, because right now in this stage, billions are available. Just think if people would have took me serious, especially those that are under the sound of my voice, when I first started saying this in 2020, when we first start implementing this in 2020, just imagine how far you would have been by now in 2022. And there's still so much room on the table for you to come and get a seat at the table and then scale it up. And what do I mean by that? Let me just start for the basics, okay? I say this all the time. What I do is coach and show people, regular individuals, who is my targeted audience. People that don't have a business, but they know how to, they have a side hustle, or they have a gig, they know how to hustle. That's what I was about to say. They know how to hustle. They have a side hustle. They have a passion. They have a skill, but maybe they don't have a business. So I have two targeted clients. The first one is the one I just described, and the second one is one that already has a business, not a side gig, not a side hustle, but an actual business or ministry, and they need to scale it up. So those are my two targeted idea clients that I work with, that I am called for. What does that mean? So people may say, well, I don't know nothing about business. That's fine. You don't have to know anything about business. All you need is somebody to teach you about business, how to take what you have and teach you about business, right? That's it. Just like I had to, just like every other mogul, every other person that have climbed the ladder of success in their business, they had to do the same thing. So what I do is I take people and help you package your skill, your gift, your passion, your purpose, your story. That's my story, how I got started, using my story. How many of you guys, if you ain't got nothing else, I don't know what I'm good at. And I'm going to go over a few examples just to stir the creativity in you all, because everybody that is born in this earth is born in the image and likeness of God, who is a creator, which means you have creation in your DNA. Okay. I don't care if you know how to paint mannequins. It doesn't matter if you know how to slay makeup. It doesn't matter if you are a good cook. It doesn't matter if you are a good child care provider. You love children, a author, a writer. It doesn't matter if you are good in technology. It don't even matter if you are a beast on the gaming system. Whatever you do or have a passion to do, I'm trying to help you do what you love to do while doing it at home on your own time and making billions, because there is still billions on the table. Okay, literally. So I'll take someone who loves to knit. I'll just use that. Their passion is they love knitting. They love making things. But there are a lot of, especially, I'll just give you a secret. In the NICU, that's the maternity ward for those that don't know what the NICU, it is the neonatal intensive care unit for babies that are born premature. Um, all throughout the NICU, parents will always buy their newborn infant preemie babies these little beanies that are sewn, not that are bought, and these little footies. So just making your passion, just taking what you love to do, you can take what you love to do and create a business from that. Because in the NICU, only in the NICU, well, I'm not going to say only in the NICU. From what I know, in the NICU, I've had children in the NICU, so I know what I'm talking about. Multiple children in the NICU. Majority of the parents always love getting their children those first booties, that first little beanie, the blanket. They love, why? Because they need the extra warmth anyway. So they love to have their children in that. When they take their newborn photos, most of the time they take their newborn photos in that, especially if it matches with their outfit. There's so many different things you can do. I'm just using it as an example. How easy it is to create wealth from what you love to do. If you love gardening, how you can turn that into an ebook, into a book, a gardening book. You have a last name, you have been given a last name, and it's time for you to stop doing business with other people's last name and do something with your last name, because it was given to you. Instead of you doing business with William Fargo, and Henry Wells, you need to do business with you. There is a gift on the inside of you that will get you paid today and keep you paid tomorrow. And I know everybody under the sound of my voice right now, I don't care how much money you got, you need some more. If you need some money, put it on the screen. I need some money. Put it on the screen. Let me know I'm talking to the right people on tonight. Yes, I need some money. If you need some money, I want to show you how to get money. Money is not a problem, and you should never have to worry, stress yourself out. You should never have to cry or complain. Why? Because there's so much on the inside of you that you can actually produce money out of. Money is just exchange for a service that is rendered. I provide a service, you pay me. Okay? It's plain and simple. You pay me money. I provide you a service, you pay me money. How many of you guys got a story? All right, I see you. Miss New 2004 and Cali Girl Too Thick on Instagram. I need money. Yes. I guess everybody over here on these other platforms, they good. So I'm going to just talk to y'all too, and they can just hear me in the background. Now, if you are a good listener, if you have a story, all right, Veronica, I see you over there. I'm talking to those three. Okay, I'm talking to those three that need money. If you are a good listener, if you are a good speaker, you can create your own TED Talk. Do you know that? You can create your own podcast. You can create your own TED Talk. You can put that bad boy, get on YouTube, have a coach show you how to utilize your YouTube to get into monetization, and you just sit there and make thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, pertaining to or depending on how much content you put out. We are wasting time on social media, scrolling social media, and not getting paid for it. When you can get paid to be on social media, you can get paid to be on social media. Literally on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, you can get paid for that. And you don't even have to produce a whole lot of content. It's something as simple as taking a viral video and stitching it, and you sitting next to a viral video and you just maybe, doing your facial expressions if you don't want to talk. Or you could be commentating like, ooh, wee. Yes, and then now something that is already viral, it becomes viral for you. You have followers, you have people that are following you, and you just keep washing and repeating that same cycle. Before you know it, you are in monetization. Facebook will offer you $35,000 to produce content. $35,000 bonuses to produce content. How many of you guys don't mind producing content, doing something like I just said? If it's you, say I don't in the chat. If you don't mind just sitting on social media doing something like I just described to you and getting paid $35,000, say I don't. Put that in the chat. Because social media ain't for everybody, and that's cool. If you are not camera person, or you have an issue with being a camera person, if somebody told me they're gonna pay me $35,000 to get on the camera, I don't care what kind of issue I had with getting on the camera. I don't care about my nose being crooked. I don't care about my teeth being crooked. I don't care about none of that. Okay? I don't. Because at the end of the day, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And whoever else got a problem with my appearance, with my voice, with any of that, that is their problem and their problem alone. When I showed up, I like myself. So everybody else's likes is extra. And the unlikes, they don't even matter. Hello, somebody. So who could do something like that? If that's not you, that's cool. But I'm telling you, there's an opportunity. If it's not you and you got children, do it for your children. If they like dancing and making content funny, listen, do it for your children. And that's what other children are doing. Ryan, those little children are millionaires. I think I met a Nigerian, I didn't meet him in person, but I came across his page. 9-year-old Nigerian, richest young boy, billionaire, not millionaire, billionaire in Nigeria off of content. All his mother and father do is dress him in the, top brand clothing. And he go model with his glasses on, and the internet goes crazy. Okay? So it's something as simple as that. If you don't like being an upfront person, then what about you creating groups? Because they pay you for those too. If you like to work behind the scene, if you love food and you want to create a food lovers group, they just cashed out a young woman in Houston $50,000 because she created a food lovers group, and all she do is go to different restaurants, and in this group, she shares the food, whether it was good, whether it was a smash or a pass. And everybody else in this group engages and do the same thing. And it grew rapidly. They gave her $50,000 for growing that group. So that's something behind the scene. Rock climbing group, bike trailing group. What are the best trails to trail or hike? Single mothers group, a dog sitting group. It don't matter. I didn't see them all. I didn't see all the groups that I could think of, because I didn't sit behind in their sessions and heard and saw who won for growing. Woman empowerment group, a celebrity recovery group or something like that. Whatever the case may be, you can get paid to grow groups on social media. These platforms will pay you to produce content. Why? Because that makes them money. And without having content, then they don't make no money. So they are desperate for people who can make content. That's one way. Now, if you love encouraging people, if you love motivating people, if you can talk to people, if you a minister, you can still do ministry and have money, okay? You can still make a difference and a dollar. That is not a sin. And I'm not trying to preach to nobody on tonight, but wealth is woven all throughout the scriptures, okay? We're going to leave that for another day. But you can do both of the two. Your ministry can be your mission, which can turn into your money. Why? Because you can create books and retreats and different things of that sort and courses. It doesn't matter. A lot of people are looking, what is spiritual warfare? How do I fight spiritual warfare? You know, I'm bound in an area. How do I know I need deliverance? And you can actually teach a class. That's time. Now, you can never sell prophecies. You can never say, well, I'm going to charge you to lay my hands on you. Why? Because those gifts are not yours. They belong to the Holy Spirit. But if you want to teach courses, that's time. That's wisdom. That's education. You can do that. And you can charge according to your value. Hello, somebody. So there are so many different things that you can do right now instead of waiting until tomorrow. You can do it right now and create you. And that is what I'm going to be sharing on Wednesday. On next Wednesday, I have a course. It is $105, right? I'm going to show you guys how to. I'm going to spend time with 30 people. 30 people. I'm going to spend time with you one by one individual and help you map out how you can pay yourself $10K within 10 days. I already have the perfect blueprint. All you need is a blueprint. All you need is somebody to show you what to do and how to do it. That is what most people is lacking. It's the knowledge to know how. So people struggle and they are in situations and they're living in scarcity because they lack the knowledge. Because they lack the knowledge. And some people just choose to not want to know. It's like, hey, I don't want to know. I love my situation. I love my porch. I love sitting on this porch. Trust me. I see it all the time, but nevertheless, you got to let them sit on the porch and you got to go out and you got to call the ones who say, I really don't know what else to do. I know I need to do something. Why not do what you love to do? Why not do what you was purposed to do? Why not do what you were born to do? Why not do that? We should have all realized by now that we have allowed everybody else to use us. As you take a look around in the world, you can see just how well they have used the people and now turn it on the people. People's livelihoods have been lost. People's lives have been lost. People's jobs have been lost. So much has been lost. And you know that suicide is an all-time high right now. Why? Because people feel lost. They feel hopeless. My career, I went to school for 15 years to get this degree. And I've had to walk away from my career because of my decision to not make a decision to do something. A decision that was being forced upon me. It was not a decision that I felt like I can play freely in. So people are feeling hopeless. When in reality, the rich is getting richer. And the middle class and the poor, they're dying off and killing themselves and becoming hopeless and destitute. They don't know what to do. They're in debt up the yin yang. They don't know what to do. So here's a remedy. I'm here to come by with a solution. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It worked for me. So I can definitely say it works for you. And that's some people, well, I don't know if that program is going to work for me. It's not a program. It's your business blueprint. Even if you don't want to go start a legitimate business, because I have some people that will watch me and say, well, you know what, I'm on government assistance, and for whatever reason they will choose their government assistance over being able to live the life on their own terms and live the life that God has given to them. And I can understand that. Wherever you are mentally, I got to respect that where you are. But this stuff can be done without ever having to report this stuff. These are side gigs at the end, at the end of the year, then you got to do what you got to do. I'm not saying do anything fraudulent, because I'm not a fraud. I make boss moves, not fraud moves. Jail is not for me. But I'm saying this is not something that will affect your benefits, because there is a certain threshold that you can reach every month that won't put you over a certain bracket. Most people don't know that. So they just cower in fear and say, well, you know what, I'm not going to do what I love to do. You may be an encourager. Let me tell you, the world needs you. You may be a prepper. The world needs you. People need to know how to prepare, especially in this time. The world needs whatever you have on the inside of you that you feel inadequate or you don't feel like I'm good enough. No, the Lord is saying, get up now and get busy. And what you didn't have access to before, I'm giving you access to now. I'm giving you access to realms you ain't never ever experienced or entered into, dimensions. I need you moving now. And the very thing that I put inside of you, what you went to school for, like I said, if people would have taken me serious in 2020, they would have had a virtual academy, $1 trillion virtual academy right now. Because the very first thing that I said at the beginning of the pandemic was this: if you know anything about teaching young people, and this was such a bomb idea, because when you go sign up, if you a teacher or if you had any type of early childhood education, I've been a para educator. I've taken classes in childhood education, all of the whole good stuff. Okay, so I know that when I go in to apply for a job or sub on a job, I got to take what's available. And I may not like 11th grade math. I may like to work with 5th grade math. I may like to work with 7th grade math. I may like to only work with elementary school. I may don't want to go to the high school. But because I'm a para, I got to take the opportunities where they lay, so I can get my money, right? Well, if you had any type of education, I didn't say a degree, I said any type of education, all that schooling that you went and paid money for and you in debt to the government for, why don't you put that to use? You could have said, hey, from ages 8 to 14, I'm offering after school support. Many of them kids wouldn't have failed school had people stepped up and did that. It's virtual. It's on my own time. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'll show up for an hour. I'll work with a group on Monday. I'll work with a group on Wednesday. I'll work with a group on Friday. I'm making a difference in the lives of those while I make $1 in the lives of those that are connected to me and my family. I'm making a difference and $1. Just imagine corporations, schools would have been reaching out to people who would have took the initiative to say, hey, we got some failing students, they get behind, they just switched over to virtual. If you know anything about technology, helping these kids navigate on the computer, solely on the computer, you could have been a billionaire right now. You could have been a trillionaire right now, okay? If people would have just listened. But it's still not too late. Why? Because children are steadily being dangled from virtual to in-person to virtual to in-person to virtual to parents just said, look, we're doing virtual. And the cold part about it is students are still struggling. And the suicide rate is amongst them the highest. The young people. because their college plans, their goals, their dreams, all of that is teeter-tottering right now. There's an uncertainty. So what could you do if I want to show other young men how to stay off the streets? I want to put together a course or a little blueprint, hey, for young men ages 12, right at that age where either the world or the gangs or Little Weezy or Kodak Black or somebody is going to capture their attention. Let me take them and start a youth program and show them how to work, because many of them ain't got fathers in their life. So at that age is where they need their identity. So let me be a father figure and show them, give them an identity. This is how you work. This is how you get your money. This is how you save. This is how you invest. This is how you do that. This is how you buy your supplies. Man, people would put their kids to save their kids from the streets. People will dump their kids off on you so quick. Why? Because society has made parents extra busy. And most children don't want money, they want time. And parents will pay you to save their children. So if that's something that you like to do, if you've been through abuse and you want to, share the warning signs of abuse. I'm one of the persons that watch First 48, Crime Watch Daily. I watch that type of stuff. Okay. A lot of young women get caught in the web of falling for the deceit of these young boys who don't have no good intentions for them. And I done seen so many of them murdered from missing warning signs. So many of them murdered. I've seen so many of the same situations when I was in a domestically violent situation happening in my life. Police not doing anything. The battered women's shelters not willing to accept me. They need to have safe places. They need to have somebody that they can talk to. They need to, people that have that not experience, but just have that gift of nurturing, of comforting. I overcame, so I'm going to help you overcome. That can be a consulting business by itself. I want to help women who've come out of domestic violence feel good about themselves. Give them their identity back. I want to spend some time pampering them, whatever the case may be. Are y'all following me? How easy, if you love mechanics, if you love technology, if you know how to put together a bomb, email sequence, if you love accounting, if you know how to do videography or put together videos, you can put that in a course. Pay yourself $10,000. All you need is 10 clients. Well, where I'm going to get that from, Tawana? There's a system. All you need is a coach. Teach me how to do it, and I'm going to do it. Teach me how to do it, and I'll do it. Everything that we have learned, for the most part, has been a lie. For the most part. We were always taught to consume and never invest, and that's why we don't have anything. We have a lot of people that have a free mentality, and that's why you don't get much of anything but free. You notice when they put stuff on the clearance rack, only what's on the clearance rack is on clearance. That's it. And most of it got stains from being dropped on the floor, got holes in it from, the electronic device, tracking device that's been put on. Something is defective about the clearance rack. But if you want something that's going to last you and sustain you, you're going to have to spend some money in that. If you want something that ain't going to shrink after you wear it one time, you're going to have to spend a little bit more money than what you spent or what you spending. You can't shop at the orange bag store. You're going to have to take it up a notch and go maybe to Dillard's or maybe to Burlington Coat Factory. And then if you want something that's going to really last you a long time, you're going to have to turn it up a notch and go to Macy's, right? But you're going to forever continue to grow and invest. When you want to step up your wardrobe, you want to look fresh, you're not going to Walmart. You're going to go to Jordan's or Nike or somewhere, okay? It's the same thing. We've been taught to consume and never invest. So now when we're consuming, we're just spending countless of dollars to build another man's empire, to make their last names great in the earth. Ford, Wells Fargo, Nestle, all these people with last names, Rolls Royce, those are last names. You spending money with last names, but what about your last name? What about your last name? Because I promise you, there's something on the inside of you. Y'all go ahead and put it in the chat. What do you love to do? Let me take a few more. Let me give y'all a few examples of how I can show you how to take what you love to do, either what you love to do, what you're passionate about doing, what you have an experience doing, or you have a skill. Some of y'all went to corporate America and you learned how to backlog, input data or whatever. You learn how to be a beast on Microsoft and how to put together emails, send out. That's a skill that corporations are looking for, businesses are looking for. I go and hire people to do my emails. I go and hire people to research for me. I go and hire people to collect data for me. I go and hire people to create flyers for me. I hire people to edit and do my websites. I hire people. So what do you know how to do? I'm going to give you guys some examples. I help single mothers struggling. In what manner? Be a little bit more in depth. How do you help single mothers struggling? What is the vision? How would you help single mothers struggling? Y'all ain't messing with me over here on Facebook, YouTube. I see y'all watching, but y'all not commenting. I just want to. It can only be one. It don't even have to be one or two comments. What it is that you love to do, resources. So let me show you how that would look. So my sister over here says she loves to help single mothers that are struggling with resources, right? So what you can do is you can gather data, right? You can gather data and you can look for funding opportunities for single mothers. You can do it from a state to state perspective. You can do it from a United States, a whole country perspective, a city to city perspective. But what you could do is actually create a PDF starting in your own state. I have a PDF, a free resource for single mothers. If you need food assistance, if you need shelter, if you need to get out of domestic violence, here is the information for you to go to this place. If you need daycare, then you can go to this place. You go and do the research. That's something we can do, and all we need is a phone. It's inexpensive. All we need is a phone. You take the information, it's as simple as copy and paste. Well, here's a resource right here in Macon, Georgia. Let me copy and paste this and put it right here on this document and create a PDF. So now they know where to go in the case of an emergency. They know if they have a crisis, here go the crisis number. If you dealing with mental health, here go the mental health, a counselor, free resources. If you need food stamps, if you need Medi-Cal, if you need government assistance, if you need to sign up for Section 8, you can compile all of that data and put it in a PDF and say, join my free group that I've created just for single mothers. And with you joining my free group, here's a free PDF of resources. So now you got a whole bunch of people, whole bunch of single mothers joining this group. Now, once they're in your group, you nurture them. You start speaking to their spirits. You start speaking to their mind, speaking to their trauma, right? And then you start pulling them out of the situation and circumstances they were in by challenging them. Let's put together a networking event where we come and we meet each other. Let's support one another. Let's make sure now we got 50 of us on board. Let's make sure if Renee needs milk, we provide milk for Renee. And if Karen needs food, that we all come together a pot, and put $5 a month for those that are in need. And this is how you grow. And then you're building your business and you're building your blueprints. And now you can go get resources. You can turn this into a nonprofit. You can turn it into an S corp. You can go get contracts. You can go get grants for these type of things. You can go and be an advocate for them. You can go into buildings and resources and ask for funding, and you can crowdfund for these type of resources. And you want to get a family off the streets and put them into the home, you can go and crowdfund for these women and change their lives. And then raise them up. They always gonna come back and take care of you, always. Because you helped them when nobody else would. Okay. I'm developing a foster care help program. That's what I need to talk to you about. I was in the system, so I have inside knowledge. Absolutely. I do too. I was raped in there. I was abused in there. They want to drug you up in there. I mean, people need to know the ins and outs. How when they put you in there, their intention is to never let you go home. Only way I got out of the system is I ran away and stayed off the radar for a couple of years. And then they found me when I was 18, took me back to court. And the judge saw that I had did so good, had my own place, had a kid by this time, that, they dropped the charges and I sealed my case. But they didn't have no intentions. A lot of my heartache come from, being in those places, being sexually abused and mistreated inside of the system. You know how many young women that are in the system? What about teenage pregnancies? They have those homes. They have those homes where they've been ostracized by their parents because they're pregnant. The boy didn't lie to them, deceived them, told them they was gonna be with them. Now they ain't got nowhere to live. I mean, the harvest is plentiful. The harvest is plentiful. And while you making a difference, you can also be making $1 from your experience. Telling your story, going around telling your story and starting a TED Talk. Baby, you will be the next Lisa Nichols, the next powerful motivational speaker, especially if you know how to package it up and tell it the right way. Listen. I made $250K speaking. Do you hear me? In 1 year, $250K, and I showed it to y'all. It's not something that I said. It's something that I showed y'all. $250K speaking. When people be like, "You want to get on the internet and do this?" No, that's not my zone, and it's not my field. I'm a speaker. I got so many stories. Baby, that 250 was off of one story. I ain't talked about dealing with infertility. I ain't talked about that. I have a whole group of people who want to know, how did you stay sane for 10 years? And stay positive and remain hopeful when it didn't look like it was going to happen. So I got the blueprint for that. What proper foods to eat for your body, what resources, where you can go if you need treatment. I mean, the whole night, another story. I lost a child, been raped and molested. I can reach that audience. I can reach those grieving. There's millions of people who have lost their loved ones, their children, their parents, their siblings, their husbands, their spouses. They don't know how to live life after experiencing death. I have a group for that. That's another story. I can reach millions of grieving mothers being mad at God. I got a book that I wrote from that. God, I forgive you. Because most of the time we walk around forgiving everybody else who have offended us. But how many of us say that we love God and offended at God because he didn't save the loved one, because he didn't save the marriage, because he didn't give you the child, because he didn't save your child? We got odds with God, and that restrains us. That restrains his movement. That restricts his movement in our life. So I got that. I could talk about domestic violence. Why? Because I went through it. I was taken on Maury Povich show and embarrassed in front of the whole entire world about how this man was putting his hands on me and controlling me. There is so many different things that I could talk about. Near-death experiences twice. Having my children, dying with my son that's deceased, literally, and almost dying with my twins. I could talk about that. I could teach about spiritual warfare. I could teach anything pertaining to ministry, how to get through the Bible in a year. That's a course. And go through the Bible with them in a year. How to have kingdom wealth. How to know about the wealth that God intended. Take them through a course. Yes, it's so much. So I'm a course creator. I'm a coach. I can coach, and I got many, and I don't look at what I've been through as, oh my God, woe is me, baby. Whoa, yes, this is the gold mine. Thank you, Lord, for considering me to be fully vested, to be fully loaded with not just one story, but multiple stories. There are millions of billionaires that had tumultuous childhoods. Parents on drugs, they on drugs. I can reach them too. A lot of people that get access to a lot of money, and they've been so poor. I see them all the time. Even coaches. I ain't gonna name nobody tonight. They get money, they go crazy. They go crazy. They don't know, because they ain't never had that type of money. So they start going buy stuff they don't even need. You don't need that. Why you go buy a 10-bedroom house? You ain't even got 2 children in your house. That's wasting money. You don't need that. You don't need a $5,000 dress. You may want one, but you don't need it. You could do something else with that. Investments. Put your money into hard assets. Learn how to grow your money. Put your money into trust funds, hedge funds. Go do that. Go give some money to a school. Give some money to a hospital. Anybody in your family ever get sick, they'll never, ever be denied treatment, the top treatment, and then get a return on their revenues. Oh, it's a lot to teach. So I'm going to get ready to get off here. I've been on 59 minutes. I'm offering this class. I'm going to show you guys, not only that, how to get stuff off your credit in real life. Hard inquiries. Bye-bye. Charge-offs. Bye-bye. Most people don't even know. I had to do my credit first. I had to do mine. So now I can teach you. I can teach you how to buy a house from start to close in 30 days. Why? Because I went through the process. So that's a course. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Everything that you've been through in life, you can turn it into something because it's supposed to be something. I don't care if you old or not. There's an 89-year-old millionaire, became a millionaire in the pandemic. She created a group for silver 60s, those that were over 60s, so they didn't get trapped in their homes and in these nursing facilities and just wither away and die. No, we started a group. We check in, we exercise, we fellowship, we network, we keep one another supported. Became a millionaire, 89 years of age. You're never too old. So that is not an excuse. You're never too old. There's so many things that you can do that you love to do. Your passion for gardening, cleaning, organizing, singing. When I tell you, um, oh my goodness, I can go on and on and on. I want to keep this short, at least an hour, because it's being streamed. I'm being paid to sit here and talk to y'all right now. Do you understand? I'm just trying to share the wealth. Being paid on Facebook, being paid on YouTube, gonna jump on TikTok because I'm already in monetization over there. I'm not playing, and I'm just trying to share that with others, right? So Wednesday, I am going to have 10K in 10 days, a workshop where I'm going to give you information. I'm going to teach you how to pay yourself 10K off of one product. How many of you guys know other business people? If you anything like me, I don't just utilize social media. I hit the streets. I'm a street gal. I like to be in the community. And this thing that I'm getting ready to teach on Wednesday ain't never been taught. And I'm getting ready to take it to the Chamber of Commerce. I'm getting ready to take it to big businesses and offer it to them for 10K for one client. And that is adding business credit, offering them my services and adding business credit. Let me show your company how to build business credit, and let me be the vendor for your business credit by offering you a net 30 or net 60 program. And then I will turn around and report your trade line to the credit bureau, which allows you to get funding. You get 20 customers say, I want you to report my business credit, because business credit is everything to businesses. That's how you get funded, right? So say for instance, I got 40. I'm going to just use that number. I got 40 clients that has, and what I'm going to show you guys is how to create an offer or service to offer on a net 30, net 60, right? You create this course, you create this or this services, and then you offer it on a net 30, net 60, net 90, net 120, whatever you want to offer it. You go ahead and you report it to Equifax, Experian, Duns and Bradstreet, TransUnion on their behalf. And say, for instance, they don't pay their invoice in full because it's you extending them credit to report to the credit bureau so that they can have a trade line reporting positively, because this is the way business owners get funded, right? So say they don't pay it. Now I can say all 40 don't pay their whole entire invoice. I can take those invoices, all 40 of them, and sell them to an outside agency. They pay me my money and they take the collection measures up with them. And for 10K per client, you can do that. 10K to teach what I'm going to teach, how to do that. 10K. And then put that on a net 30, net 60, you have residual income. When I tell you that the information that I am going to lay out on Wednesday, you ain't going to want to miss this, because I am going to give you a blueprint to 10K in 10 days for $105. For $105, you're going to have a blueprint, how to do it, what to do, and all you got to do is do it. Okay? In 10 days. One client could be your 10K. One client from what I'm showing you. You want to know how I made 250K? That's a 6-figure earner all day long. This year I'm doing 7 figures and up. Period. I went from working the post office. And I shared on the last, from poverty to prosperity, how I went from paying $82 a rent on Section 8. I can tell that story. How I was so used to hand-me-downs and government assistance that when I actually took the initiative to trust God and let Him get my value that was on the inside of me and create wealth from with that, I mean, from within, not without. Create the wealth from within that was on the inside of me by telling my story. Paid myself $12,000 in 1 hour. Telling my story and then showing others. You want to learn how to tell your story? Most people don't know your story is powerful and you got to know how to tell your story. So I have a boot camp for that. I have a boot camp for you for just your signature piece, how to tell it, how to put it together. I mean, boom, and there you have it. And you can get on platforms, all kind of platforms, and tell your story. How you can start a TED Talk. TED Talk is it's rich, it's wealthy, it's past rich. Using your social medias, pages, how people have these and have millions of followers. Why? Because people like to listen, especially to other people's problems, victories, what they overcame, struggles. They love to listen. If you don't mind talking, and if you don't like to show your face, well, they got Clubhouse for that. That's popping over there. You can gain millions of followers. Sell your courses over there. Okay. So who's interested? I'm offering that. Right now, I'm only taking 30 people. I got ads on it, and I'm going to teach you how to run ads on it. So you ain't never got to say, well, do you really want to buy my product? Could you please support me and come and get my product? If you don't want to buy my product, listen, Linda, there's a lot of people that do. And when I use my ads, I don't even show my ads to people who can't afford my product. How am I able to charge 5K, my lowest ticket offer? Because I attract 5K clients. If you ain't making under a certain revenue a year, you cannot see my ad. Most people don't know that. Most people don't know how to do that. So they perish for a lack of knowledge. They're like, well, I try to start a business. It didn't work for me. You try to start a business, you didn't know what you was doing because you didn't have a coach. Every professional basketball player needs a coach. Every professional football player needs a coach. Every professional singer needs a coach. Every professional boxer needs a coach. Every professional anything needs a coach or a mentor. Hello, somebody. Yes and yes. Okay. So I'm offering that right now. I posted, if you're joining me on Facebook, I posted it on Facebook. It's $105. I'm coming to you guys first. If you act now, then you have a seat reserved. Most problem is people want to wait to the last minute. But I'm talking about changing your life. If you're ready to get out of lack and scarcity and poverty, you need to do something. Don't fall into the hype or the baloney or the magicianism that God is just going to bless you out of the sky. Everything's going to be all right. Faith without works is absolutely dead. So you can have as much faith as you want. But if you don't put works hand in hand with your faith, then it's dead. And does that mean that God is restricted to do something like that for you? No, it's not. He can do anything but fail. But you got millions of people with that type of mindset. And God is just going to pour this stuff out. No, you got to work hand in hand and sync with God. Your faith with your works. He's moving on your super and you're moving on your natural. Boom, supernatural coming together. He gives you growth. Wow, well, DM you says when is the deadline? So it's on a first come, first serve basis. Once I get to 30 people, it's a done deal. Like I said, I'm running ads on it, some very good ads on it. And yeah, that's what I'll say. That's what I'll say. Whenever the 30 people is filled up, I have it set there. And whenever that's this is my first time mentioning it, I am going to begin to go into some groups, and I'm going to go in there live with business owners. I'm going to also be posting content in these groups. And once I get to 30 people, most of the time, when I come and offer $100 products, trust me, you want to jump on them when they're $100. And the reason why I offer them at $100 is like the more people I can get on board, this is my way of giving back. I don't want to give you anything for free because people don't value free stuff. I want you to get out of the mentality of free because all you're going to get is what's on the clearance rack at a discount. I want you to get into the mentality that I'm wealthy and that I have more than enough to provide and get what it is that I need. I want you getting in that mindset that if I really truly need it and desire it, it doesn't matter. There's no price tag that I will put on something that's of value to me. Okay. So it's $105. It's going to be absolutely powerful. It's going to definitely change your life and it's going to change your financial forecast. And if you really want to take initiative, do it now, tonight. Inbox me, DM me, message me on Instagram, comment on YouTube. I will send you out the link. You can just go into, you can just go ahead and sign up for it and boom. Are you going to plan a seminar? I would love to speak with you live. If you call for money right away, people won't be interested. If it looks good, then people agree to pay. So I have been in, I would love to go live with you as well, Sister Mary. One thing that I do know and two things that's for certain is that I have done a lot of free things and people come with a free mindset, right? So people come and they say, well, this was free. They're not even interested. Trust me, I've done it over and over and over again. And what the Lord has instructed me to do, because my job is not to meet you where or meet them where they are. My job is to bring them into my space and in the realm that I live in. I don't live in an impoverished, even thinking, impoverished, because this is the key. Whenever you go into a store, they have advertisement on their doors. Whenever you go into a restaurant, they have advertisement on their doors. If you're renting a place, you got to pay for it. If you want to eat, you got to pay for it. If you want to drink water, you got to pay for it. So even though some people may have an issue with seeing a price right away, if you want something that you ain't never had, you got to pay for it. That's not free. Now, what's free is they can come to the event. When I have free events, my live streams are free. It's not a charge for this. So I give a lot of value. I gave value tonight. I just showed somebody without even charging them how to go ahead and package up something, how to start something. I gave examples. So that's free. Anything that I'm doing live is free. But if you want me to show up, my time, and you want my wisdom and my expertise, that cost. And $105 is at the bottom of the barrel. My program is 5K. What I teach is very valuable. Why? Because my programs that I've had to go invest to learn this information, to be able to teach it, not only execute it in my life, but teach it, cost me 50K. My mentors tell me, why? Why am I playing small? But I know who my targeted audience is. So I always try to reach back for those who can pay 5K. Yes, I can target it my audience. And if you ain't making over 100K, you don't even see my ads. But those for my high paying clients. But I'm also a very community organized person. So I don't want to, when we do events, like I said, whenever I do something free, I let them know it's free. I'm always one that's pouring for free. So I do that. I'm well rounded and well balanced in my ministry, in my business, in my mission. I do give back lots. But when it comes to my business, when it comes to my expertise, that is not up for discount. But I would gladly love to connect with you. Yes, we can. I do webinars in person. I do virtual webinars, and would definitely love to connect with you if you got something that you can add value. But my clients, I teach them. Macy's and everybody else. You ain't gonna go pay the world and everybody else just because they big and they got some type of brand or something like that. Most of them people won't even teach you the information that I'm teaching you. Why? Because they too big, or your money ain't long enough to sit with them. So whenever I come by and I'm teaching something, and I'm offering it at that value, then you want to jump on it. Okay, that's what I will say. That's not up for debate whatsoever. $105, you can go blow that at the movie theater. You can go blow that on some beers and some cigarettes and some weed. You know, you can go blow that on an outfit. If you're gonna blow it on anything, blow it on you. Invest it inside of yourself. You can go blow that on a meal. You can go to a fast food restaurant, spend $105 in 2 days. So this is something that you're going to invest in you. And one thing about what you get from this workshop is something that will live with you forever. You will never forget what you got in this workshop, and you can't put a price tag on that. Okay. But that being said, God bless you guys. Again, if you have any prayer requests, don't hesitate to put them in the chat. I will check the chat to make sure if there are prayer requests that I am standing in agreement with you. Until the next time, be blessed, go in peace and not in pieces. I want you to all know, if you don't take away anything, don't sign up for no workshop or none of the above. We have not because we ask not. Um, I've been watching you and love you. I love you too. Thank you. Maybe we should message first. It's so hard to. God bless you, Sister Nicole. I want you to know that money is not an issue. It's the lack to know where to go get it. It's the lack to know where to go get it. And I didn't even mention government contracts and how to land them mugs simultaneously. Can you imagine landing 5 6-figure contracts at one time? It's possible. Y'all should have jumped in on that. The government contracting. I actually have, all right, Instagram, I want to show them something over here. So I'm going to go ahead and end it over here. If you're interested, matter of fact, my link is in the bio. So all you got to do is go there. The Eventbrite link is in the bio, and sign up. Okay. See you guys later, or see you guys the next time. Again, like I said, I want you to remember one thing, that money is not an issue. It's the lack to know where to go get it. Peace out. So I want to show you guys something over here real quick. I thought I already wrote a caption. Bye-bye, Sister Mary. God bless you. I want to show you guys something real quick, and then I'm going to end this. Oh, and I don't even know how I'm going to turn this camera around because I'm on live stream. Let's see. Hold on. I don't think you can. If I turn this way, maybe you guys can read it. Let's see. If you can't read it, it's probably not gonna work. Let's see if I can turn this around. Nope, that ain't how you turn it around. I don't know how to flip this camera around, you guys, so I'm not gonna be able to show it to you, but it says, what it says in the text is, had a call with the procurement guy from the Department of Transportation. This is government contracting. He literally said out of his own mouth, we are begging people to get this money. If you have your DBE certifications, which is disadvantaged business certifications, which I teach, they are looking for you to give away these trillions of dollars. Please come get these contracts. I'm gonna leave y'all with that right there. If you want to know how to make millions and trillions of dollars with doing what you love to do, what you're passionate to do, there's trillions of dollars available to you through government contracting. They will pay you up the yin yang for photography, for eyelashes, for boutiques, for clothes, for socks. Prisoners, they need that. They need toothbrushes. They need, the government has a burden. Federal prisons, state penitentiaries, jailhouses, they need stuff. They need clothes. They need services. They need event catering. They need food. They need motivational speakers. They need people who are passionate about equality, racial equality, female workplace harassment, put together all whatever you can think of, they looking for you. All you need is a coach. All you need is somebody to show me what to do so I can go get what I ain't never had. Okay? Peace out, y'all. God bless. Love you. Interested on Facebook? Check out my link on my profile if you are interested in signing up. Like I said, don't wait till tomorrow because you sleep on it. You get the enemy time to come in and be like, well, you can use that $105 for something else. What I have always learned is when it's my time to go higher, I act now. I act immediately like Abraham. I don't know what lies on the other side, but by faith, here I am. And whatever you want to teach me, and whatever, always, whatever it is, it blows my mind. It blows my mind. So make sure that you guys, if on YouTube, I'm going to be posting a post in the community. So you'll see the flyer there. Also going to be running some ads over there on Google. There are some ads being ran on Facebook, but I shared it myself because my ads are targeted. I shared it on my personal page. And I want to say I shared it on my business page. If I did not share it on my business page, I will share it on my business page. And you will find it there, including the link to register. There is only enough room for 30. And then you have to wait either to the next class, if there be a next class, because I don't know. I'm always popping up with something that's a one time thing. And then I package it up, and whoever wants it, they can buy it on the replay. Will not be in live. But when it's live, I show up, and that's the bonus or the benefit that I get to show up. You get to spend time with me instead of hearing a replay. All right. Peace out. See y'all later. God bless y'all, and stay blessed. Stay in peace and not in pieces.